Hi everyone, I just wanted to share a quick video with you about something called Gizmos. Gizmos is a product you've had access to for quite a while, but we just renewed our subscription and I wanted to share information with you about how you can add Gizmos to your Brightspace class and have yourself and your students log in and begin to use these interactive math and science simulations. So let's get started. First thing you want to do is log into Brightspace and head over to your course. Once you're in your course, you need to add Gizmos to your navigation bar. So right over here across the top, click on the three little dots in the right corner and it says Actions for Nav Bar. Click on that. Click on Edit this Nav Bar. If it's the first time you've done it, it will ask you, do you want to make a copy of this Nav Bar? Click Yes and move on. And that'll bring you to this screen right here. And now we're going to edit that Nav Bar. To add Gizmos, we're going to click down here in the bottom left and click Add Links. A window will pop up with all the different links available. We're just looking for Gizmos. So I'll search for it in the search bar, and there you can see Gizmos pop up. I will click it with the check mark and click Add. Now that brings Gizmos into my nav bar, and I can actually grab it, hold down your mouse, and I can move it wherever I want. I'm going to move it right to the front. Then when I'm done, I'll press Save and Close. Now we've added Gizmos to the nav bar of our course. So to get started using Gizmos, it's very important that the teacher logs in first. So that's the way the class is going to get set up. Because we have this integration, you don't have to go to Gizmos, set up a class, enroll your students. You don't have to do any of that stuff. The integration will do it for you. So just follow my steps, a few things to do once, and then your class will be set up. So it's really, really important that the teacher clicks on Gizmos first. Click your Gizmos link. It will open up over to Gizmos to Explore Learning. If you see the screen, you're new to Explore Learning. If you're taken directly into Gizmos, then you've already used Gizmos before and you already have an account, and we'll look at that in a second when we get there. So for those of you that are new, the first thing you want to do is go over here. It says I'm new to Explore Learning and register a new account. You'll only have to do this one time, just once. So select an organization, and we're going to select Northeastern Catholic District School Board, of course. There we are. Select your school. Put your first last name in, your board email address, confirm that email address, and I would again here use your board username and your board password just so you can remember it if it allows you to. So just double check that over. You've picked NCDSB, you've picked your school, your name, email, a username and a password. You don't really have to remember this because it's only going to ask you for this once, and the integration will take over after that, and you'll never need to really do this again. So click Next. Once you've clicked Next, now it's taking you right into Gizmos and Explore Learning. At this point, you need to choose what Gizmos you'd like to see. So select your grade, either 3 to 5, 6 to 8, or 9 to 12. Select Math or Science, and then choose the classes you'd like to look at. Choose as many things as you want, and you'll have access to all of them. So choose a number of different courses, and then click Submit once you're done. Now the integration will set up your class for you, so you don't have to do any of that stuff. So you can see here's my class. It will actually provide you with an option to do a little tour and a little quick start video, so I'd suggest clicking on those and checking some things out. I'm going to just cancel for now. And then if you click up here at the top, you can see your classes. If you've used Gizmos before, you'll see a number of different classes, and you actually have a little profile here as well if you'd like to check that out. But I'm going to click on my course. And now I can go in here and decide what Gizmos I'd like to add into my class. So I might choose math, I might choose science, I can choose by topic. It's really up to you, but go in and explore. And you can see the different topics, curriculums, and you can choose by grades and standards and things like that. So I'm going to just choose estimating population size. I can launch the Gizmo to preview what it looks like, and like I said before, these are all interactive simulations. And if it's something I want to use, I can click on the blue button here at the top and add it to my class. Now I can go back to my class, and there that Gizmo has been added. I'll pause here for a second. I'll flip over to a student's view, and then we'll get the student registered and show you what your students have to do to get started. So now I've logged into that same class as a student, and all your students will have to do this after you've done the initial setup that I just showed you. So your students will log in, they'll click on the Gizmos integration, and if they are new students as well, they'll have to register just one time a new Explore Learning account. If they've already registered, the integration should take them directly into your Gizmos class. So I'll register a new account here. It's for my fake student, and I would put in your students, make sure your students use their board email address, please. and their board username and password as well. Once they've entered all of their information correctly, they'll just have to submit, and they will be taken into your class. So right away, my test student was taken into the class. You can see he's in my course, and you can see that gizmo that I added to the class is available for him there. So any of the gizmos that I add to this class will show up here all along the bottom here for the students to work on. And for the students to start working on it, all they have to do is click on it, and they can launch the gizmo. Now, depending on what kind of gizmo you have, they're interactive, they're simulations, it's really, really well done. The gizmo will keep track of their score and allow you to go in after as a teacher and see how they did with the gizmo. Now we're back in as a teacher, and I'm going to add a few other gizmos to this class. So I can add by standard, topic, or by textbook. The gizmos textbook, I'm going to add by topic. I find that sometimes the best way to do things. And you can search the library. You can look over some of the gizmos that have been highlighted, but let's go into some science and see what we can find. We choose what class we're going to add it to, and then I can go back to my class again, and there's the new gizmos that I've added. Now we'll go back into a gizmo. Once the student is in the gizmo or the teacher is in the gizmo, it comes with worksheets, answer keys, teacher guides, there's vocabulary sheets. There's always a description of the gizmo, lots of information about what's going on. The students can complete the worksheets while they're going through the gizmo. And often at the bottom there's a preview of what's going to be explored in the gizmo. And there's a lot of resources to support the teacher and the student when they get into the gizmo. And then back in, as the teacher, you can see your class roster, you can see who's in there. You can see your different classes listed across the top, and you can even get results of your students' work after they've completed the gizmo, and you'll see that once you have students enrolled and working through the gizmo. Again, don't worry about the class code over here. That doesn't matter because your students are going to go in through the integration and they'll register that way. So take some time, get in, explore, check out some gizmos, add them to your class, and assign some to your students. It's an amazing program. Get in and enjoy, and please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. Take care.